What if I told you that the mirror you stare into every morning is lying to you? What if I told you that you walk through this world completely unaware of the effect you have on people? You think you're ordinary, you think you're okay looking, but in reality you're way more attractive than you think. And I'm not talking about fake confidence, I'm talking about cold, hard psychology, backed by science that will shatter your perception of yourself forever. Because the truth is, you've been underestimating your own power. And that ends today. Part 1. The mirror deception. Let's start with the basics. You look in the mirror every day, right? But the reflection you see isn't real. In fact, your brain distorts your face. It focuses on flaws, asymmetries, pimples, wrinkles, even ones no one else sees. This is called negative self-bias. Psychologists have found that people consistently rate themselves as less attractive than strangers rate them. A study from the University of California asked participants to rate their own attractiveness, then had strangers rate them. Guess what? Strangers rated them higher, by far. Why? Because your brain is trained to find faults in your own face. You stare at it for years, you see the worst. Others, they see the vibe, the presence, the charm. They don't see your flaws like you do. They see your energy. Part 2. The mere exposure effect. Now let's talk science. There's a psychological phenomenon called the mere exposure effect. It means the more people see you, the more they like you, just by being familiar. You know that person who didn't look special at first, but over time they became attractive to you? That's not magic. That's science. Every time you walk into a room, every time you show up consistently in someone's life, you're becoming more attractive, without even trying. And here's the wild part. You don't notice it, but they do. People are drawn to consistency, to presence, to the comfort of someone who keeps showing up. You may think you're invisible, but someone out there is watching, and they're noticing you more than you think. Part 3. The halo effect. Let's go deeper. There's another powerful psychological bias called the halo effect. It means if someone sees you as kind, confident, or funny, they're more likely to assume you're attractive too. In other words, your personality changes your perceived looks. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to have flawless skin or a model's jawline. You just need to radiate warmth, presence, and realness. You ever notice how some people aren't conventionally good-looking, but the moment they talk, smile, or carry themselves confidently, you can't look away? That's not an accident. That's psychological magnetism. You have that too. You just haven't unlocked it fully yet. Confidence does not equal arrogance. Now, here's the twist. The most magnetic trait is not beauty, it's confidence. But let's be clear. Confidence is not arrogance. True confidence is silent. It's presence. It's the calm awareness of your own worth, without needing to prove it. When someone enters a room and they're comfortable with themselves, they don't need attention. And that's exactly why they attract it. People are wired to sense energy, your posture, your tone, your smile. These are invisible signals. And when they're aligned with confidence, people notice instantly. So the next time you wonder, am I attractive? Ask yourself instead, am I owning who I am? Because attraction begins there. Confidence tracks. Let me tell you something most people never realize. You've been hypnotized by your own self-doubt. You scroll social media, you compare, you zoom in on everyone's filtered, edited, staged lives, and you look at yourself and think, I'm not enough. But here's the truth. You're comparing your behind the scenes to someone else's highlight reel. That's not fair. That's not real. A study from Harvard found that social media consumption increases body dissatisfaction and lowers self-esteem, especially in people who already have self-doubt. Translation? The more you look at others, the less you see yourself clearly. But here's the deeper truth. Nobody sees you the way you see yourself. They see you as a whole, your face, your expressions, your movement, your energy, and that full picture is way more beautiful than the version your anxious brain keeps rehearsing. Confidence do not. Emotional connection is the real attraction. 11 to 13. Let's break another myth. You've been taught that attractiveness is about physical features, but science says it's emotional connection that creates real attraction. Have you ever met someone who became more beautiful the more you got to know them? That's limbic resonance, when two emotional systems sync. It creates a kind of invisible intimacy, and that is unforgettable. The truth is, people remember how you made them feel, not what you looked like. You might think no one notices you, but someone remembers the way you laughed. Someone remembers the way you helped, the way you looked at them with kindness. You left a mark, and you didn't even know it. Final message. You're more magnetic than you realize. So here's what I want you to take from this video. You are not what the mirror tells you. You are not the sum of your Instagram likes. You are not defined by perfect skin, abs, or angles. You are energy. You are presence. You are connection. You're way more attractive than you think. Because attraction is not about being flawless. It's about being real. The next time you doubt your worth, remember, someone out there is drawn to your voice, your walk, your laugh, your mind, your silence. And while you were busy overthinking your imperfections, they were falling for your essence. You don't need to become someone else, you just need to see yourself clearly. Because once you do, the world will too. In need call to or out to you. Compare a knee call to you see. If this message woke something up inside you, share it with someone who needs it. Let's help more people realize we've all been beautiful all along.